There's always this buzz, this excitement around a player who seems like they're right on the edge of something big, like they're about to really break through. Today, we're going to dive deep into one NFL player who analysts are pinpointing for exactly that kind of, well, leap. Yeah, our focus for this deep dive is the Jacksonville Jaguars tight end, Brenton Strange. We want to explore his potential and figure out why people are talking about a possible breakout season for him. And we're drawing from a really interesting article here. It's from Yardbarker, but it originally showed up on Jacksonville Jaguars on SI. Brian Anthony Davis wrote it, and it was just updated July 13, 2025. So pretty fresh takes. Our goal is to really pull up the key insights from this piece. So let's get right into it. The headline itself is pretty direct. Jaguars' Brenton Strange should meet breakout potential. Okay. So, the NFL's full of talent. What makes this guy, Brenton Strange, stand out enough for this kind of prediction?
Well, that's a great question. And the article kind of sets the scene by talking about the tight end position in the AFC specifically. It notes there's a, quote, strong pool of tight ends with exceptional resumes. So the competition is fierce. You really have to look at who he's up against.
Right. Context matters.
Definitely. So on one hand, the article mentions the old guard, let's call it. Travis Kelce is the obvious example there. Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, he's a guaranteed Hall of Famer. Legendary. But, and this is a key point the article makes, his career, well, it could be winding down very soon. Age, wear and tear.
It happens to everyone, right?
Even the greats. It's inevitable.
Exactly. Then sort of at the other end of the spectrum, you've got who the article calls the new kid on the block. They highlight Brock Bowers from Las Vegas, described as astonishing. He just came off this phenomenal rookie season where he actually set records.
Wow, okay. So you've got a legend maybe fading and a rookie who just exploded.
Precisely. You've got this established, perhaps declining star and this absolute phenom just arriving. So that really frames it. Where does Brenton Strange fit into that picture then? How does the article see him compared to, a potential Geo nearing the end and this record-setting rookie?
Yeah, and this is where it gets really interesting. The article brings in this analogy for Strange that makes you stop and think. It calls him the Benson Boone of the NFL.
Benson Boone. Okay, I think I know the name, but maybe refresh my memory.
Sure. So the article describes Benson Boone as a former diver turned breakout Billboard Music Award winner. So someone who was, around, had talent in one area, switched, and then kind of suddenly just burst onto the scene with massive success in music, a real breakout moment.
Ah, okay. So not just steady progress, but like a sudden launch.
Exactly. And connecting that back to Strange, the comparison implies he's not necessarily some brand new talent that needs years of development. It suggests he has been around a while, maybe a bit under the radar, but he has the tools. And now he's poised, maybe because of opportunity or development clicking, for that big, significant jump, that breakout.
Right. So it's less about learning new skills and more about the situation allowing his existing talent to really pop.
That seems to be the idea. It's about potential meeting opportunity.
Which brings us to the really exciting question the article poses, doesn't it? It asks, could the new Jags TE1, their #1 tight end, be something mystical and magical this season and represent his conference in the Pro Bowl? I mean, just think about what that kind of leap would mean for him, obviously, but also for the Jaguars offense. A Pro Bowl tight end, that changes things.
Oh, absolutely. And for him to become mystical and magical, as the article puts it, and make the Pro Bowl, it implies more than just, catching a few more passes. It suggests a big jump in impact, maybe more red zone touchdowns, more yards after the catch, turning routine plays into something bigger. The article suggests that potential is there, untapped. It even mentions a visual detail, a picture of Strange, number 85, playing for the Jags at Wembley last year. He's been out there. He's been contributing.
He's not unknown.
Right. He's been around a while, like Boone was before his music breakout. Now it's about converting that presence into, well, elite production. Can his game hit that next gear?
So let's bring it back to the listener. Why should you care if Brenton Strange breaks out or not? Well, I think beyond just the X's and O's, there's something compelling about watching someone defy expectations, right? That underdog story, or maybe the overlooked player finally getting their due.
Yeah, it's a great narrative.
And for Jags fans, I mean, this could be massive for their season, their playoff hopes. For fantasy football players listening, finding that breakout tight end can win you a league. It's the kind of story that has broad appeal, I think.
Definitely. It taps into that hope of potential realized.
So wrapping up this deep dive then, the main takeaway from the Yardbarker piece is really about positioning. Brenton Strange sits in this interesting spot in the AFC tight end hierarchy. You've got Kelce, maybe on the decline, Bowers, the new star. And the article suggests Strange is set up for his own kind of Benson Boone moment, poised to potentially take over as the Jaguars' TE1 and maybe even reach Pro Bowl status. It's a fascinating projection.
It really is. And it leaves you with a final thought, maybe something to chew on. Beyond football, think about it. Where else do we see this? Individuals who've been around a while, maybe not fully appreciated, who suddenly find that right moment, that right opportunity, and just break out, becoming, something mystical and magical, as the
Yeah.
article puts it, in whatever it is they do. It's an interesting pattern to look for, maybe even in your own world.